and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jada and I do art videos. This particular video is part of a series. I'm painting Disney characters and they're actually going to be gifts for people. So right now I'm working on the underpainting, or what I am using as an underpainting. So I'm going to be painting in a very impressionistic type style, which I think gives really cool results. But in case I miss a spot or two here and there, I want to have something on the background so you're not seeing white underneath or beside my brush strokes. Now I could use acrylic as an underpainting, but here I'm using a little bit of my mineral spirits and just thinning down my paint to do the underpainting with. And this dries really fast, so within an hour it was dry and I was able to go ahead and start working on my background. So for my background, I am painting almost the entire thing with a palette knife. I do go in with a paintbrush here and there, especially right near Minnie's face. Painting with a palette knife gives a really interesting texture, and it's a little bit less controlled and a little bit more fun than using a brush all of the time. And I really like the texture that it gives the background. I also am trying to keep my background really light and pastel in color. One, I think it's going to complement my finished painting really well. And two, I don't want the background to draw your focus away from Minnie herself. I want Minnie to be the main focus and the background to add to the painting instead of detract from it. So I should talk a little bit about the paints I'm using. I am using Windsor and Newton oil colors, and I'm also using the Daily Rowney Georgian water mixable oil colors. The great thing about the water mixable oil colors is that you can mix them with traditional oil colors, which I think is awesome because I got the water mixable oil colors first and then pretty much immediately switched over into using the traditional oil colors. And the reason I did that is I found that the water mixable oil colors, even though they're supposed to be able to be cleaned up with water, and they do clean up with water, it's just a lot easier to go ahead and use mineral spirits, even with the water mixable ones, to go ahead and clean up your brushes. It just saves a lot of time, and I felt like my brushes got cleaner. But the water mixable is a great option if you really don't want to deal with mineral spirits. I am painting on a piece of wood. I actually prefer painting on wood that has been primed rather than painting on canvas. I just like the smoother texture of wood. You can buy wood panels at any craft or art store, but I have my fiance cut them down for me from a bigger piece of wood. Impressionism is one of my favorite art styles. It's one of the art styles that actually inspired my love of art. I particularly love Van Gogh and Monet, and I was really excited to do this project and paint Disney characters in an impressionistic style just to see how that turned out. And I think they've turned out to be fairly charming. I really like them. I really like building up the different colors. Even in Minnie's black ears, black is not the only color I use. You'll see me putting a little bit of red in her ears, a little bit of blue, all very dark, but they catch the light and make it look so three-dimensional and interesting. Every artist seems to do Impressionism just a little bit differently, but I like the idea of being able to play with different tones and shades and colors. You'll see in a minute when I start working on the white polka dots and the whites of Minnie's eyes that I don't just use white paint alone. I'll be using a little bit of pastel blue or purple or pink in with the white to give it different tones and different colors to make it look like the light is sparkling or reflecting off of her little white polka dots or the whites of her eyes in different ways. So if you would like to learn how to draw Disney characters, there is actually a really cool resource that Disney itself puts out. Their Disney Parks YouTube page has a link to a bunch of Disney drawing classes. They used to have this class in Hollywood Studios itself. It's closed since then, which is such a bummer because I loved to go and learn how to draw a Disney character. But that and a few other resources are what I used when I was drawing Minnie, because Minnie's not someone I draw a lot, so I wanted to make sure that I was drawing her correctly. So that's a really cool resource that Disney has put out there on how to draw their characters. And I come from a family that loves Disney. And I'm marrying into a family that loves Disney even more than my family does. And this is actually a gift for one of the people that I know that adores Disney. And all of these Disney characters are actually gifts for people. So I'm really excited to give them to them eventually. Hopefully they don't watch this video and guess that these gifts are theirs, but they might. I don't know. I think this painting was an 8x8 size. They're all the same size, and hopefully my fiance, who is really interested in woodworking, will be making custom frames for them, or at least that's what we're hoping, so that he can make custom frames for all of these. But this is the end of my video, and here's a close-up. And I like this close-up because you can actually see like the texture of the paint. That's probably my favorite thing about oil painting is the beautiful, beautiful thick textures that you can get from it. So this is my finished painting, and it was my first painting of 2018. Here's to hopefully a bunch of cool paintings in 2018. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thanks so much for watching it. If you like this video and want to see the other crazy things I get into, please go ahead and like and subscribe. I do a lot of different types of art. Recently I've been doing a lot of oil painting, but I also do watercolor, I do printmaking, and I do the occasional crafts, especially cat toy-esque crafts for my 2 cats. But thanks so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day.